guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha with S1043 Creations, and on my channel I'm sharing my sewing journey, every once in a while a couple of DIY items and just other life events as they come about. So in this video today I am going to be sharing with you my review of working on a simplicity pattern, and the pattern is 1043. It's this pattern here. It is a girls and boys PJ set with a cami, and I did only view E for this project, for this this make, and it was super easy. Yeah, very easy. So let me give you a little bit of detail. So this pattern again is for girls and boys, and for the most part it only requires cotton fabrics. However, because it has two other items you can make from this pattern, those two items require knits, and that would be view A here and view B here. So if you want to do A and B, these actually do require knit fabric. However, all the other views here, the pants and this like PJ top, they do require a cotton type fabric. So for my project, I used a tie-dye purple and white fabric I got from Joann Fabrics. It is a flannel, and I used that fabric to work on only view E here, which are the pants. Super easy. So as far as notions for this project, you only need to have 7/8 yards of 1/2 inch wide elastic, which is very simple. And for my daughter, I made these pants for my daughter because I realized that she did not have a whole lot of just basic lounge pants. She has lots of shorts and things like that, but not as many pants to lounge around the house in. So I went ahead and made her a pair of pants. And for her size, I did a size 7 because this was the closest size that fit in terms of her garment measurements. My daughter is very sort of thin, she's on the thin side, but she's a little tall. So once I looked at all the other options I had in terms of making pants for her, this pattern here was the best choice. I went ahead and made these pants for her. I did a size 7, and the good thing about this pattern is that it only requires one pattern piece. Literally one pattern piece. Use this piece for both the back and the front. There is no separate band for the waist, no separate band for the legs. It's just a one pattern piece. Very simple project, and it only has 7 steps, so very easy. I can't stress it enough. If you are a beginner sewist and really want to get into making garments for your children or your nieces or nephews, or just for kids in general, this pattern here, at least view E on this pattern, is definitely one you want to pick up. Now, I did trace my pattern. I said this year I wasn't going to do as much tracing of my patterns because I wanted to speed up my sewing process just a little bit more, but because this was a multi-size pattern, I decided to go ahead and I decided to go ahead and trace off the size 7 for my daughter. That way I have the other sizes for my oldest daughter should I decide to make her a pair of pants as well. So that's just one thing I wanted to let you guys know. A second thing I wanted to tell you is everything worked out very good with this pattern. The only thing I would change, the only thing I would change is maybe just lengthening the size or the length of the pants for my daughter. When I look at the pattern, it tells me that the side length would be a 29.5. I think that's 29.5. Yeah, 29.5. For my daughter, once I serged the bottom hem, the raw edges, I took a little bit off, so I think I might have to, if I do these again, just lengthen it by 1 inch. That way it gives me a little bit more space at the bottom of her ankle. The pants fit her nicely, but I could tell that to give her a wider hem, I would have to give her more length in her pants. So right now she has a very narrow hem in her pants, and I would much rather her have a wider hem, but I couldn't do that without making the pants leg too short. So that's the only thing I would have changed. I also want to let you know that when I did this project, as far as the pattern layout is concerned, so the pattern layout that I'm showing you now, if I'm not mistaken, it says it's 45, and I looked at this pattern layout, and for me it did not work. I did not have enough width in my fabric to go by this layout, so I actually had to use I don't know how do I describe it. I moved my pattern down some as I did the first pant leg. I pulled it down some to do the second pant leg. So I used a little bit more fabric, I think, than what I probably should have used or could have used, because my fabric piece itself wasn't as wide as the layout would allow me to do. So because of the width of the fabric, I was not able to lay out my pattern pieces the way the diagram is showing. I had to move mine down a little bit, which means I had to use a little bit more fabric than what I originally thought I was going to have to use. But overall, this was a really easy project. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I am going to show some pictures in the very end. So thank you for watching. And if you're interested in seeing more videos from me and hearing more about my sewing journey and sharing that I'm doing, and if you want to share what you're doing, then please feel free to go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. And until we come together again, God bless. But stay tuned for the pictures.